Okay, so we went over a little bit of everything. This video is going to be dedicated to handling objections. So there's mainly going to be three objections you're going to be experiencing. One of them is I need to think about it. Like, oh, you know what? The 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 program sounds amazing, but I think I just need a little bit of time to think about it. So that's number one. Number two is that's a lot of money. Number three is I need to speak to my partner. Okay. So I'm going to give you a framework to handle all of them, then we're going to tackle each one individually. So a simple one is if whichever it is, you go empathize, address, and double check if they feel the program is going to work for them. So you go, look, totally understand a lot of people where you're at need more time to think about it or need to talk to their partner or, tell me, it is a lot of money. Like I hear that quite a lot. So I wanted to just ask you, like, what's your main concern? Like that's one way to ask. Like, what's your main concern? But if it's I need to think about it, you need to unravel that. So you definitely don't want to go, so what do you need to think about? Right? It's how you say it. So totally understand. When you say I need to think about it, is there anything specific that you need to think about that I could assist with? No, I just need, and so, you need to confront it. Okay, so let me ask you, is there anything about the program that I wasn't clear about that I could clarify? Okay. So I know you need a moment, but do you think if you did the program, you would be able to lose 15 to 20 pounds? Okay. And let me ask you, is it the program or is it the money? It's the money. Okay, so that's something separate to address. Okay, so let me ask you, what is it about the financial investment in your health and your fitness that you feel is the issue? So you definitely want to be able to confront, like, oh, it's more than I anticipated. Look, totally understand. And then this is where we have something in our back pocket to pitch as a downsell. Okay, so would you say could you do the 500 like 250 now and 250 30 days from now? Oh, 250 is kind of a lot. Okay. Well, how about we do this the 12-month program? It's 200 a month. It's just, we could do that now. We could even, if you wanted, and I don't know if you do this, we could do like a split pay. We could do 100 now and 100 2 weeks from now. And like every month we could just do and take, oh, could you do that? And I'm like, it's the same amount of money. And some people just they have one paycheck for certain bills, they have one paycheck for other bills. Others might need a bit of a decrease where they need to try it, see some results, feel good, and then they can see themselves long term. So in those situations, I'd go, look, I know this free 6 week challenge is like $600 and our ongoing is 200, and it sounds like it's something that you might need to try first, right? They're like, yeah, maybe. How about we do this? We could do the 6 week program, but it won't be the challenge. It'll just be 6 weeks of training and nutrition, etc. But it's not the challenge element. So for that program, it's 350. That's how much we charge. So it's like 600 to 350. So it's 350. You get everything that the challengers get. You get the same nutrition, you get the same coaching, you get the same training, you get the same plan, you get the same grocery list, get the same recipes, and you still have an opportunity to lose a significant amount of weight initially. But if you lost like 10 pounds, do you think you'd be sad in 6 weeks? No, exactly. So how about we do this? We'll do this the introductory 6 week program. It's only 350, but we just take 150 today, and then we do 230 days from now. How about that? You down for that? Yeah? Okay, cool. Let's do this. We'll sign you up for that. What kind of card do you have? Is it Visa or MasterCard? Visa? Visa? Okay, cool. Let me get the paperwork. Let me set you all up. And then we have onboardings on Saturday at 9 a.m. You available this Saturday? Yeah, you're available Saturday? Okay, cool. And then boom, we just start onboarding them.
Mhm.
If it's a money thing. So first I try to push them to do that, and I'll do split pay for the challenge. Then I'll push them to a year-long program at whatever your prices are. Then I'll go down we can do whatever your monthly. So 200, we could do that 100 and 100 uh two payments a month. And if that doesn't work, I'll go down the 6 week challenge without the free, but I'll do it at a lower price. And then even that I'll do split pay. So that's kind of my chain, and you get a lot of people on that
Yeah.
chain. Because that is something you'll probably need to practice. Because once you get there and you get someone, you're like, oh, what? So again, it's going to take some reps. Uh,
Okay.
Last one is partner. This one is probably the toughest one because some people legitimately have an agreement with their partner, like, hey, before we make any financial investments, we need to have a conversation over $200 or something, right? So typically you want to go. Oh, you need to speak to your husband? Look, Maria, I totally understand. Let me ask you this. Outside of speaking to you, and this is a really good one that I learned. You go, look, I totally understand you want to speak to your husband. Totally get it. I just spoke with a couple 2 days ago that the wife has an agreement with her husband. Like, if we make financial investments into our health or whatever, they do it together. Totally get it. So let me ask you this. Outside of your husband, are you all in? And this is nice. This is very clear. So outside of your husband, are you all in? Yeah. Okay. So if your husband said yeah, you're a yes. Yeah, okay. And let me ask you, do you believe that if you did a program like this where we help you with your training, we help you with your nutrition, we have coaches in your corner, you're surrounded with like-minded individuals, that you'd be able to lose the weight, feel better, and finally feel comfortable in your own skin? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no problem. No problem. And let me ask you, does he know you're here? Yeah, he does. Okay. No, that's great. No, that's great. That's wonderful. And let me ask you, is for him, when you speak to him, is it one of those like, hey, I want to do this, I want to know your thoughts? Or is it like, oh, sorry, but before I go into it, it's like, does he support you in achieving your health and fitness goals? Obviously, I'm going to say yes. Okay, cool. Let me ask you, when you talk to your partner, is it one of those like, do you make financial decisions together? Or is it like, I just want to understand the process around the decisions around this. So if there's any support I can provide, cool. If there's any other questions, just want to understand like your process of making this decision together. Yeah, okay. And if it's obviously legitimate, then you got to let it go and let it make it. And sometimes that isn't. Other times I'm like, I'm sniffing this is bullshit. And so what I'll go do is like, okay, look, we only have a certain, if you look at my gym, obviously we had like a 4,500 square foot gym, but I'm like, we only have a certain amount of spots in this program every week. So look, I'm more than happy to have you speak with your husband, but in order to hold your spot, we will need a deposit. And the reason I did this is to like sniff out bullshit. If they're real,
Mhm.
they'd be like, cool, no problem. Yeah, cool. But if they're like, I don't know, it's like I messed something up in the conversation. So if they go, I go, look, in order to hold your spot, we will need a deposit of $25. It's fully refundable if you choose, if you're like, hey, Brandon, you know what? Me and my husband spoke and it's not the right time. Cool. I'll refund you every single dollar and like we'll tear everything up. But if you talk to your husband and he says, yeah, babe, I know you've been trying to lose weight the last 2 years, and I know you've been struggling, and I know when you look in the mirror and you wake up in the morning, you hate yourself and like you feel ashamed, and you're not taking pictures. And look, I get it, and I'll pay for it. We move fast and we get started now. Okay, fair. Okay, fair. Boom, and you get the deposit, or if they say no, they weren't going to say yes in the first place because the deposit is like a bit of a shit test. I'm actually seeing if you're committed. If you're serious, you give me your money, you give me $25. It's not gonna like break the bank type of money. It's just a little bit to see if they're willing to concede a little bit with me, if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
so that's kind of my process of free 6 week challenge. My current record for this was 51 closes at $500 in a 30-day span. And but again, we were spending like $3,000 a month on ads, and we were getting like 400 or 500 leads a month, and it was just madness. Um, but yeah, so that was my framework of pitching this, and hopefully that makes sense.